Hi Health Classes, it's Mrs. Wood and Lincoln joining us today. If you have me for PE, I sent out a video yesterday, so some of this beginning stuff you might have already heard. I hope you guys all had a wonderful spring break, even though you were kind of cooped up at home. Sometimes it's easy to focus on the negatives, but I would encourage you to focus on the positives this week. So whether that's spending extra time with your family, being forced to slow down and recharge a little bit, those are the things that we should be focusing on rather than the fact that, we're not at school or, we're not playing sports right now. So keep those in mind in the next few weeks. With that being said, it's also very easy to just sit on the couch, watch Netflix, or play on our phones, or play video games. I would encourage you to try and limit your screen time this week. I know that mine was up 19%, which obviously isn't good, so I have to work on that area as well. So instead of being on social media, try to go for a walk outside, shoot some hoops, enjoy family time outside. I know that's not been super nice, but hopefully the weather will start to cooperate a little bit more in the next few weeks and you'll be able to get outside. Getting vitamin D and fresh air is really great for your body. And as well as the physical side of it, we want to make sure that we're putting good foods into our body. So getting lots of fruits and vegetables, not just, eating potato chips, pizza, candy, okay? Getting those nutritious foods that we need, which is what we covered last unit. At the beginning of health, we talked about the three aspects: physical, mental, and emotional are clumped together, and then social. It's pretty easy to let your mental and emotional and your social aspects of health dip a little bit during this time, but that doesn't mean that we can't work on them. So, with social health, you can FaceTime your friends, you can have a group chat. If you have been off screens for the majority of the day, maybe you like to connect with people over online gaming. So those are some ways that you can, help your social aspect. Mental and emotional is also obviously very important. It's easy to kind of get in a rut and, a little depressed about having to stay home all the time. So I would encourage you to, check in with your mental health, talk with your family, make sure you're engaging, bless you, and those types of things to keep in mind. And then obviously we already talked about the physical aspect of, getting physical activity, and eating healthy. All right, so before spring break, we were talking about our new unit, chapters 20 through 22, which is tobacco, alcohol, and illegal drugs. I believe that you should all have the PowerPoint and the guided notes. If you did not bring those home, I am going to resend them to you guys today, just in case you guys all have those. But before I do that, I'm going to talk about some key aspects of each chapter. So starting with tobacco. Tobacco is a stimulant, which basically means it increases the action of the central nervous system, so the heart and other important organs. Some statistics for tobacco: it is the leading cause of preventable death and disability in the U.S. 90% of adult smokers begin as teenagers. So, if you are smoking at this age, more than likely you are going to continue into adulthood. So please don't start. And if you have started, it's never too late to stop a bad habit. 87% of cancer deaths result from smoking. So whether that's lung cancer, oral, mouth cancer, things like that, most of the time it's directly related to smoking tobacco products. Vaping and juuling are the most commonly used tobacco products, obviously very popular with your age group. I cannot stress enough how dangerous this is for your body. There have been a lot of studies that have come out about vaping where, kids are hospitalized, their lungs are completely deteriorated. So very important. We are going to touch on this a little bit next week. I'm going to send out a few articles about it, and we're going to look at it a little bit deeper and then do some tobacco and smoking activities. So stay tuned for next week on that. Let's see what else. Okay, we're going to move on to alcohol. So alcohol is a depressant, so opposite of what tobacco is. Drug that slows the central nervous system down. Excessive drinking is responsible for more than 4,300 deaths among underage youth each year. So that's not even counting adults, that's just underage. Nearly 50 people die each day from alcohol-related traffic collisions, so drinking and driving. You know, if you make the poor choice to drink, do not drive, okay? That would be, you know, 2 bad mistakes in a row. Obviously, you shouldn't be drinking at this age, but if you are, you should definitely not be drinking and driving. We've heard plenty of stories about, you know, kids getting in drunk driving accidents, hurting themselves, hurting others, or even, you know, worse than that, death. So please, please, please make sure we're making good decisions regarding that. Let's see, it says teens who start drinking by age 15 are 5 times more likely to become dependent on alcohol than people who start at 21. So kind of similar to, you know, starting smoking early. You know, if you start doing these habits early, it's more likely that you are going to continue down the road of, you know, being addicted to alcohol and drugs. So please don't start. Okay, if you've already started, like I said before, it's not too late to quit and you know, change these bad habits. All right, moving on to illegal drugs. The first one on our PowerPoint is marijuana, which in Illinois is not illegal anymore. Starting in January 2020, it became legal in Illinois, so that's going to change the way we look at marijuana a little bit. You know, just because marijuana is legal now, it doesn't mean you can just do it wherever you want. You can't smoke in public. You can't smoke and drive. On the PowerPoint, there is a link to all the laws regarding marijuana in Illinois. I would encourage you to check that link out. Please look at it. If you want to shoot me an email about something that surprised you, or, you know, a statistic that you may have seen, you know, that would be great to let me know. That way I know that you read it. I can't remember what slide it is, but it is listed on your PowerPoint. There are a bunch of links within your PowerPoint. But please check that one out. So in addition to marijuana, there's also inhalants, steroids, psychoactives, stimulants, depressants, hallucinogens, opioids, and narcotics. Obviously, all of these are very dangerous and very harmful for you. You know, I'm not going to talk about each one individually because I just wanted to give you a little overview and not overwhelm you too much this first week. But what I want you to do is take some time on your own and identify one illegal drug from each of these areas and learn about what it is, how it can affect your body. I'm going to include a document for this when I email you later after this video. And I would like you to complete that. You can always send it back to me. You can print it out and do it, you know, pen or pencil. But it just gives you a little bit of extra information on illegal drugs. You can use the PowerPoint. You can use the internet to look up different types of drugs. Woo. Different types of drugs. So that's up to you. But please try to do that this week. One statistic for illegal drugs, it says National Institute on Drug Abuse, substance abuse costs the U.S. $740 billion each year. So whether that is medical costs, therapy, things like that, we would hope to make that amount a lot less. 740 billion each year is a large number. So anything we can do to lessen that number would be great. So today I'm going to email you this afternoon. I'm going to email you the PowerPoint, the notes which you already should have gotten, but I'm going to email you them again just in case. And then the illegal drug worksheet. And then also, in addition to that, I'm going to email you the alcohol laws worksheet for Illinois. So I'd like you to do those two things as well as the notes. And you can get chapter 20 through 22 completed for those notes if you haven't done that already. If you want to email me those documents, you can. If you want to print them out and fill them out with pen and pencil, you can, and then you can just bring them back when we come to school. You know, whichever way is easier for you. You can do that. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to email me. You know, it actually would be really nice to hear from you guys. It's really weird not being in school, and as I'm sure it's obviously weird for you guys as well. So hearing from you, just checking in, you know, if you're gonna say hey, email, whatever, that would be really nice. So please don't hesitate to email. I hope you guys have a great week. I'm sure you've been getting a lot of information and videos from other teachers. Try not to be overwhelmed. You know, we're just trying to get information out there as best as possible to help you guys continue your learning process. So next week, I will be sending you another video. We might be doing some smoking demonstration activities, not smoking, but looking at the harmful effects it can have on your body. And then also some information on vaping, maybe some articles and things like that. So stay tuned for that next week. And again, shoot me some emails if you have any questions. Alrighty, thank you, and I hope you guys have a great week. Can you say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.